What's up, everybody? Welcome to Capital Sports Commentary, where we chop it on your favorite teams in the DMV. I want to begin with something that's dear to me, and that's high school football in the DC metropolitan area. Shout out to the Coolidge Colts. Coolidge won their first league title since 1986 with a 15-14 Turkey Bowl win over Dunbar Crimson Tide this past Thanksgiving. Taking down the two-time DCSAA champs and one of the powerhouse programs in the area was no easy task, especially for a team moving up from the Stripes division the prior year, but the Colts were up for it. Ever since Coach Kevin Nesbitt took the helm up Fifth and Tuckerman, he's gotten the best out of the talent up Coolidge. They're just a gritty team that's going to take your best shot and punch you right back in the mouth. That toughness paid off this year as the Colts answered a 14-0 halftime deficit with 15 unanswered to win a rematch of last year's barn burner of a championship game where Coolidge came up just short 35-21. So again, shout out to Coach Kevin Nesbitt and the Coolidge Colts, 2025 DCSAA champs. Now I want to take a few minutes to talk about the Stars and Stripes concept, the DCSAA, and the city championship game. In 2013, the DCSAA established a multi-tier football system. Prior to that, we had the geographically based East and West divisions. The winner of each division would face each other in the Turkey Bowl for a chance to become DCSAA or league champion. DC, being in the unique position of a city not being in the confinement of a state, did not have a state or even a city championship game for its football programs. That changed in 2012 with the formation of the District of Columbia State Athletic Association, or DCSAA. The DCSAA oversees postseason sporting contests in Washington, D.C. It's comprised of the public schools of the DCSAA, private schools of the WCAC and MAC conferences, and D.C. public charter schools. The Stars and Stripes division were created for DCSAA teams to align with the formation of the DCSAA. Stars is the higher tier of the two, but if a Stripes team wins 2 Gravy Bowl championships within a 3-year span, they would move up from Stripes to the Stars division. Consequently, the Stars team with the lowest percentage points would move to Stripes division in this scenario. Originally, I wasn't sure how I felt about this new city title game, mostly because I didn't know much about the format and I thought it might cheapen the Turkey Bowl, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. The Turkey Bowl will always have its place in the city. It's generationally entrenched. It's got tradition. My dad used to take me every year, and one day I'll take my daughter. You're all from work, and the people are going to show up in their best winter threads to see their sons, cousins, or friends play ball, or maybe even just to look good. This kind of postseason also adds a layer to the game. It extends the season, so teams have to stay focused and consistent. You may see a lot of blowouts early in the year, but the games get tighter as the season rolls along. When you see a team a second or maybe even a third time, things are much different. Back on October 23rd, Dunbar beat Roosevelt 46-19. They met again in the DCSAA playoffs, and Dunbar barely edged out a win over the Rough Riders 25-19. Eastern loses to Coolidge in that same DCSAA playoff round, but takes them in a rematch in the DCSAA championship game. So I think you get a better picture of who's who. It's not the same old DCSAA where you have 2 good teams pretty much blowing out everyone on their schedule, and we'd have to wait until the playoffs or even the Turkey Bowl to get a competitive game. It reminds me of conference championships versus national championships if this were the college level. All in all, I think this is really good for the city. For college recruits, it gives a better picture of what the players have, what they're about, what they're capable of, how tough they are, what kind of mental toughness. It's getting colder as the season goes along and we're getting into the heart of winter. It's not as easy as it was in the summertime when you came out and the weather's good and the quarterback's throwing the ball, you're running and just getting tackled. But you're getting tackled in 20-degree weather, it hurts hitting that ground. That ground is hard. The dirt is hard. It hurts. The toughest teams are going to remain. The toughest teams are going to stay. And some teams are jealous. Some teams are putting something together as the season goes along. they're forming their chemistry that may not have been there at the beginning of the year. And I think it's a pretty interesting dynamic to add to local football here in the Washington, D.C. area. And I'm looking forward to next year to see who comes out on top. So that's it for this segment, y'all. I want to thank you for coming to check us out. Please come back. We're going to have plenty of topics to chop it up on. I'm sure it's going to be some things that you want to drop your opinion on or tell me where I'm wrong. So feel free. Till next time.